What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good? Man, it's been a while since I did this type of stream. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. So, news just came around, and I'll let you see right here Liangelo Ball. I repeat, Liangelo Ball did not make the training camp roster. And you see all the names. You see LaMelo Ball. You see James Bouknight, Miles Bridges, Vernon Carey, DJ Carlton, Mr. Glass, Gordon Hayward, Wes Uwandu, Kai Jones, the Lithuania brother, Scotty Lewis, Cody Martin of the Wonder Twins, Jalen McDaniels, Kelly Oubre, Mason Plumlee, Nick Richards, Terry Rozier, Ish Smith, Can't Get Right, Xavier Sneed, JT Thor, and the brother with the baby mama issues, PJ Washington. No Liangelo Ball in sight. I had a feeling this was going to happen. And I didn't want to be that guy and ruin the party for everybody. But it was just my hunch. The Hornets, they're a team that operates very differently. Their owner, as you all know, is Michael Jordan. He's always his way or the highway. What did I tell you guys that Jello had to do to make this roster? 20 points per game. Now you're going to tell me, well, everybody else that made the training camp didn't do it, but you're missing something. Those players were either drafted or invested in. So they could screw up at a summer league and still make the training camp. Jello couldn't afford that. So is this the end of the world for Liangelo Ball? No. He's got money. I mean, shoot, he could model, he could advertise, he could play overseas. He has options. This is not the end of his journey. But what I'm hearing and seeing of folks saying, let's boycott the Hornets and all that, you're not going to do that. I get it. Liangelo, most of you, this is your favorite player of the Ball family. And I understand. But this is the reality. Jello has to do what's best for him. And the most important part is for Liangelo Ball to find his own identity, to not be in the shadows of his brothers, to forge his own path. And this is going to be a fun journey, I believe. I truly believe that Liangelo Ball, he's in a good mental space. He comes off as someone who's mentally tough, who's not fazed by shortcomings of not making something. And that's how you make it in this world. But this is going to be a unique year for the Hornets. They're young, they're athletic, but they're missing something. And what they're missing is a big man. Yes, Mason Plumlee had a good year for Detroit. And yes, he is better than what the Hornets displayed last season. And that's not really saying much. The Hornets bigs are so bad, they had a brick for hands, low IQ, They couldn't rim run, didn't have any paint presence. The Plumlee signing was a good signing, but it wasn't a great signing. What the Hornets need to do, and I'll keep banging on this drum, they got to get a Miles Turner type of player who can pick and pop and is a presence in the middle. The Hornets lost so many games last year, not only due to injuries, but lack of having someone in the middle to defend. Guards was getting to the basket at will, and there was no one in sight. And it's bad enough that James Borrego plays his auto zone defense. I'm excited, but I also know what the Hornets have to improve on. LaMelo Ball has been rumored to gain weight. That's a good sign for him. Last season, the refs couldn't call anything. When he drive to the basket, he's getting clothesline to the basket, no calls. This added weight should help with that, especially on defense. Looking at the film, LaMelo's good at zone defense. He's good at getting his hand on the ball. But lack of weight did not help with man-to-man defense. With more mass, he should be able to get a little handsy on opposing teams. Not too much because they're going to call a foul. Charlotte Hornet fans, you should be excited. If LaMelo could get 20-plus points per game, I have the Hornets getting an 8th seed. If not, then probably a 10th seed. But it's all up to LaMelo. And for everyone who has watched a LaMelo interview or listened to how he is, you shouldn't be surprised that he's up for the challenge. But back to Jello. This kid works hard, but he also has to know that in the NBA it's not easy. And you know what's funny? We had some people that brought up an analogy, not an analogy, but a comparison. They said that I think it was Slim Colley. No, Slim. It was Slim. He came on the chat. He came on the video, and Slim stated that Jello should embrace the PJ Tucker role. And you know what? He's spot on. See, PJ Tucker could get a roster spot anytime because he's dependable and he's gritty. But yeah, it was Chris. The brother from New York. They came on the show. And he talks about Bitcoin. Shout out to Chris. But he pointed that out. I looked at the comment section and I saw that there was people displeased with that. But I bet today, those same people that didn't like that comparison, that didn't like that Jello should embrace that rule, I bet you right now they wish he played like PJ Tucker, because if he did, he would have been on the Hornets. But it's not the end of the road for Liangelo Ball. It's just part of life. So shout out to Jello, shout out LaMelo, Lonzo as they head into training camp. This is not a failure by Jello. There were some people that said he couldn't even make a summer league. He played the summer league, so he accomplished that. But he has options: G League, overseas, London Lions. He can make a lot of bank in London. London's one of the biggest cities in the world, and they're just starving for some basketball. So Those are the options. We'll see what he does. This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the rawest content. I mean the rawest content that you deservedly need. Thank you for supporting the channel, everyone. Make sure to have good energy, stay positive. Don't have the crab in the barrel mentality. Do for self and be the best human being you can be. That's all I ask for. Peace, and I'm out.